Today we're talking TWS Bluetooth earphones or earbuds, specifically this one, the Noble FoKus Rex5. Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews. So have a look at this, the FoKus, the Noble FoKus Rex5. This is a, what's the word, penta driver. It's got 5 drivers per side. We're looking at one dynamic driver, one 6mm planar driver, and 3 balanced armatures. It's coming in at a pretty hefty price of $449 US. So that is up there pretty much with the, among the top megabuck TWS earbud in terms of price. Now, in terms of specs, we've got Bluetooth 5.4. If my memory serves me correctly, this is the first device I've ever tested with 5.4. We've got LDAC and aptX adaptive support, which is always great. We've got active noise cancelling, of course, and multi-point connectivity. Let's bring in the charging case. And yeah, you might have noticed that green is the theme of the day. And if you don't like green, you might be out of luck, because currently that's the only color that the Rex5 is available in. Anyway, that's what the case looks like. It is anodized aluminium with a plastic bottom, and that is because these do support wireless charging. There is, of course, the single USB Type-C charging port there on the back, and there's a little tiny LED at the front. It's not my favorite type of indicator. I do prefer ones with multiple lights or that LED bar. It's a bit, it's not very descriptive, this type, but it works nonetheless. Let's have a look at the earbuds. I don't know whether to call them earbuds or earphones. I tend to call them earphones. Anyway, that's what they look like in the case, and you can see they're fairly large. They're not huge. That by any means they're not huge. But relatively, the case is fairly small, so it's pretty good size for slipping into your pockets quite easily. But there are the earbuds. I'm going to interchange my terms all throughout this video. I apologize in advance. Don't they look cool though? So we've got this marbled green and black effect on the faceplates with the gold Noble crown, and the inside or the inner part of the shells is that green aluminium, same color as the charging case. And there is one other thing I would like to point out with these. Check out the nozzle cover. Hey, isn't that cool? So we've got the Noble Audio logo there, the Noble crown. That is sweet. Okay. Oh yeah, I should mention, I almost forgot to show you this, but this is rather important in my opinion. So we've got a great variety of ear tips here. We've got various silicone ear tips. We've even got some double flanged ones there, and these ones in the middle are foam, and these were in the box. Look at the size of these ones, which is perfect for me because I have larger than average ears. And look, most TWS earphones that you buy nowadays, especially the cheaper budget ones, come with like 3 pairs, small, medium and large. They never have an extra large. Having the right fit and the right seal is absolutely crucial for TWS earbuds. If you don't have a good fit, you're not going to get the proper bass response. It's going to sound wishy-washy and often harsh. And when I see a brand provide a selection like this of ear tips, you know what it means to me? It means they get it. They get it. They understand. They've put a lot of work into the tuning and the manufacturing. They understand that if you're not getting a good fit, you're not getting the proper sound experience. So big props to Noble Audio for doing that right. So like I said, these shells are fairly large, but they're not huge. Like, let's see, compared to the FiiO FH19, they're not that big. They're a bit bigger than average, but remember we've got 5 drivers per side. I find these super comfortable. I can wear these for hours and hours on end. By the way, I forgot to mention the Battery life on these is like 7 hours with the active noise cancelling off and 5 hours with the ANC on. That's not stellar battery life, but considering the audio quality you get, it's a bit of a spoiler there, a bit of a giveaway. 5 hours, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm okay with it. Now, the ANC that I mentioned, we've got the 3 regular modes, on, off, and ambient mode. Look, the ANC works quite well. It's not one of those class-leading ANCs. Like, there are a couple of brands, Bose and Sony in particular, and some people say the Apple stuff, but I haven't tried those. They are class-leading in terms of ANC. Everything else pretty much falls into the pretty good category, if you ask me. There are some that are outright bad, but most of the stuff is pretty good, and these fall into that category. So pretty good at cutting out low frequency droning sounds, but you'll definitely still hear stuff that's going on around you. If people are talking or if you're typing on your keyboard, you're going to hear that. But for the most part, it does quite well. And there is also noise cancelling going outbound. So when you're making calls and whatnot, there is noise reduction going on there to make your voice sound clearer. I found the mic and the call quality to be here. That's a sentence, trust me. I found the mic and call quality to be very good. I'll give you an example of that here. By 6000 BC, Greater Australia is no more. 1/7 of its land, about 2.5 million square kilometres, has been drowned by the sea. Tasmania, once a southern peninsula, is now an island whose Aborigines have lost all contact with those on the mainland. Alright, so far everything looking good. Build is amazing. If you don't like green, too bad. I think everyone else will agree that they look awesome. But now it's time to move on to the sound section, and I need to preface this with a quick mention of the Noble FoKus app. Now, that is a phone app. It's fairly basic. It doesn't have a lot of stuff in there, but what you can do is choose your ANC mode. You can choose between 6 preset EQ modes, or you can set a custom one, and there is also one of those AI sort of learning EQs, and the software will create a personalized EQ for you. That's pretty fun to play around with. Make sure to have a try of that if you do get these. So how do these sound? In a word, exceptional. I'll get that out of the gate. If you don't want to watch the whole video, you can leave now, being assured that the sound quality is outstanding. These have got excellent technical prowess with a tuning that's both engaging and refined. Starting with the bass, we've got excellent sub-bass extension. You've got nice rumble going on. It's got excellent bass depth and weight in the low end. The bass is fairly textured and the mid bass is nice and punchy, but of course it's nice and controlled, and it never overpowers the mid-range or the treble. It's authoritative without being overwhelming, but of course you can go into the EQ if you're a bass head, and you can boost the heck out of it, because these drivers, or the dynamic driver in particular, if we're talking bass, responds very well to EQ. But I found all the frequencies respond well to EQ, so you can really hone in on the type of tuning that you like within the app. Now, talking about the mid-range, the Rex5, the mids have got nice richness. They're very nuanced. Instruments are clear. Vocals and instruments are articulate. We've got excellent instrument separation that allows each element to sort of shine within there. It avoids any congestion in the mid-range. Vocals are nice and forward. They're very engaging. They're emotive. And of course, once again, you can bring the vocals forward with EQ if you want, or you can go for a more traditional V-shaped sound signature. But I found, the warmth of the male vocals and the power and clarity of female vocals just to be incredibly well handled and just very, very enjoyable to listen to. The treble is another area where these stand out. The treble's light, it's airy, it's extremely detailed and precise, but at the same time, there's no sharpness in the treble, there's no sibilance. It's smooth, yet at the same time, it's got plenty of sparkle and air to the sound as well, but without ever becoming fatiguing. It's the kind of treble that audiophiles will appreciate for its balance of delicacy and resolution. And then finally, for technicalities, the soundstage is another highlight. It's got excellent width and depth. Positional cues or imaging is well defined. It creates a sense of space and immersion that's pretty rare in true wireless earbuds. So that's another area where the Rex 5 comes ahead of the pack. So whether you're listening to a live recording or studio recorded music, that the soundstage and imaging creates another dimensionality to the music that makes it even more immersive. So in short, these are technically impressive and enjoyable to listen to at the same time. I think the tuning is done masterfully. It's outstanding. Nice dynamic presentation that should satisfy pretty much anyone who puts these in their ears. These are so good and they are so expensive that I don't really have anything to compare them with. I've got a bunch of sub 100 or hovering around $100 TWS earbuds, but nothing quite close to this tier. So it's not really fair to do comparisons with any specific one. I will point out that yes, these are very expensive, but they sound far, far better than any of the other TWS earbuds that I've got or have listened to in the past. So far, these are without a doubt the best Bluetooth earbuds that I've heard. So if you don't hate green and your pockets are deep enough, I would highly, highly recommend the Noble FoKus Rex5. Go and grab some of these today. You won't be disappointed. Having said that, I'm going to wrap it up. So thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, Pa Family Audiophile style. If you would like to support the channel, check out the Patreon link down below. That's much appreciated. And if you're new here and you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit it now. And until next time, I'll see you later.